I'm Scott Bradford with the Indiana State School Music Association. I'm the Choral Education Director. What I'm going to show you is how to use multiple devices and using the HeartOut platform for adjudicating. As you can see, there's many types of technology. We want to first thank you for being a judge and thank you for giving us your time and your expertise. But we also want to make it enjoyable. And how to do that is kind of relieve some of the stress by what devices you need to have and what you need to set up ahead of time. That's kind of a key. A lot of what I'll be talking about you can do before you get your credentials and actually log into the HeartOut platform. You can test your devices, test your internet, and be a little bit more settled about the actual adjudicating process before you start. Okay, first off, practice in the location you'll be adjudicating. Such as if I'm in the office right now, if I practice all this technology in my Wi-Fi here at this spot, and then I go home to do it, all of the connections, all of the ideas of feed and speed and all that change. You could have some problems. So do this in the location of where you'll be adjudicating. Next thing to consider is your credentials. I mentioned you can do this ahead of time. HeartOut will send you adjudication credentials, which is a unique password that has plus juror in your username and a group of lettering to actual log in. Devices. First off, if you're old school, we're sending you adjudication sheets. We're giving you PDF pieces of music digitally that you could copy, and we're also giving you instructions. If you have these instructions on the HeartOut platform that we've created, you're welcome to use these because that's basically the outline that I'll be following. You are welcome to make a choice. If I'm going to judge on my main PC computer, I can pull up the HeartOut platform here, and I can have a printed copy of the adjudication sheet where I can write on it. You will be putting your scores in on a computer and typing them in electronically, as well as your feedback. But the choice comes of how many devices you use and where you use each device as far as aligning video viewing, music review to reference the measure numbers and make the comments, and lastly, how you're going to put in your feedback. So simply put, you have a couple of options. Okay, you want to make sure your devices are well charged and all updates are taken care of. You'll notice on this Mac screen that I've got up here, the Mac screen has a pop-up that continually pops up and I never know what to do with it. And then I've got other applications open. I recommend closing those applications and get to what you particularly need, which is a server. We recommend that you use Safari or Chrome. We found out that Firefox is not a good device to use or a web browser to use because there's disagreement between the HeartOut platform and that browser. So Safari for a Mac and Chrome for a PC is our preference and recommendation. So once you've opened a browser, you're going to go to Google and you type in HeartOut.io. Once you've done that, you'll come up with HeartOut Live Music Auditions. You click on it and it takes you right to where you have to log in. And later on, it takes you right to this screen for login. All right? I also have an Android device that has different tabs and ways of using it. This can be done in portrait view or in landscape. You are able to judge and do everything on one device if that fits your comfort level. You also can use your phone if that's your comfort level. A lot of people today do everything by phone, but there's limitations, one of which is size. I open a tab, as I mentioned when I was showing the Mac, and I go to Google and I type in HeartOut.io. Then it will take you right to where you need to be to log in. The login is in the upper right-hand corner, and other useful devices, if throughout the day you're adjudicating and you have a technical issue with the platform or some of the videos, you're welcome to contact us, but the easiest way is to use this chat. This chat here will open up a conversation between you and HeartOut staff. When you go to log in, you put in the credentials that they gave you. Again, those credentials will come in an email from HeartOut. It will not be your traditional email because in the middle we'll have plus juror, and then for the password, a scrambled of usually uppercase letterings. Once you're in, you will see this sign contest. A sign contest equal to us events for ISSMA. You hit open on the right-hand side, and it takes you to a separate screen. It shows you the code, which gives the date of the event, and this was the past one. Yours will be December 5th. It gives you answers to questions that the user puts in, which includes their name or ensemble name, the title of the composition you'll be viewing, the school, and also composer-arranger. A little helpful hint is click on the top of the name, the top of the icon. If you click here in the middle, nothing happens. If you take your mouse, or in a tablet situation, your finger, click on the name, the top. Internet connection is different. It shows you like the bands of a phone. That shows you the strength of the signal. Since these are videos in larger files, you'll need to check your internet speed. How do you do that without an app? Play the video. If it works, you're fine. You want to make sure there's no drag or lag, so once you're into the HeartOut application and you get those credentials, play the video. See how long it takes to buffer. Ode to Joy. You'll see also there's a pause. This video has all the other controls like other videos. You can enlarge it to full screen. I'm a little afraid of this. Oh good, it tells me. I can watch the video on this computer. If I want to use the tablet as my music device, I have that option. Okay, so here I'm adjudicating. I have the video all ready for me to observe. I have it in full screen mode. If I'm old school and want paper and pencil, I have the copy of the score sheet or adjudication sheet. I can write my my points and my thoughts on here in little notes to myself, and later go back and put it in the computer and move this screenshot of the music I'm observing closer to my area. I'm going to go back to the HeartOut platform. You'll see there's the video again, and one really cool feature of the video is a floating video. If you're using the device as one screen, you click on it, drag it, and let loose of the mouse or your finger, whichever device you're using, so that you have the video. How is that helpful? It is a frozen pane within this particular screen. And now the video is free for me to move around. Once I see that hand, okay, you can type in your comments, opening entrance. That's a reminder to me to go back later and make full sentences and be very clear, because with this, you have more time. You'll see you have the categories and descriptors. If I'm done with this video, I can hit this X to delete it. It doesn't take the video away, it moves that floating video icon or image out of the way so that you can get your adjudication done. Another aspect that HeartOut has created and customized for us is a drop-down. This is your rubric or score sheet. Each category, just with your sheet, must have a point value. Each box should be filled. Once you start typing here, this can go on forever. And in other words, it will expand with you. You are not limited to how much you write. Then as you pull down, just like at the bottom of the sheet or the back of a real adjudication sheet, you'll see the suggestions for improvement. The score sheet will automatically pick out the rating. One thing at the bottom that a lot of adjudicators have asked is save feedback may be called upload and finish. HeartOut is updating this so that you know that you're done. Once you click this, it will change colors. You would then go back to the next performance. You can go up here if you have more oboe solos, or you can go back to contest, or you can hit your back browser. I recommend using these quick tabs here. Remember, we only had one oboe solo. So since I don't have any others, I could search by a different media ID code and pull up a different event. But more importantly, I can go back to the active contests. So let's say now I have a flute trio, and that's the next item I want to judge. Such as in this one, this flute ensemble is a flute trio beginner. Clicked on the top, and it takes me to the next event, the next solo or ensemble to adjudicate. Same process, you have the ability to watch it on the screen here, scrolling down to the score sheet, and finalizing the sheet as normal. You do not have to put your name in here. What will go to the directors and the students will already have your name on the director's screen along with the feedback. So that's really the process for adjudicating on a single device. But how do you get the music? I'm going to show you that now because the music is coming through Dropbox. I was sent an email from ISSMA assigning me to a Dropbox because I'm not a current teacher in the education system. So there's a difference. If you're a teacher and you're participating in ISSMA events, you already have a Dropbox assigned to you for our events where you normally see the recorded commentary and get feedback for your students and your ensembles and organizations. You would have to log into Dropbox.com. If you're in that situation, such as this test case, you're going to see judge.bradford, which is my last name. I hit the Go To folder, and it will take me right to that assigned Dropbox folder. You'll see now, and I'm on a PC, like an iPad, I can enlarge it. So that's a helpful tool to remember if you're choosing to observe the music. Once you're inside the Dropbox, Dropbox.com, that would be a password and username that you've assigned, but it was an invitation through our office when you set up that particular account. If you need help with that, let us know. We'll get you into that or send you out a resend invitation to get you to that folder. So again, you're going to see a PDF Judge folder. Check that ahead of time. Let us know if it doesn't work, if you don't see music. So I put a couple of pieces in there. Notice this time I used my finger. I tapped that to open up the folder. And I have 2 PDFs. What do those numbers mean? That is the media ID code that will match the corresponding video that I'm going to use either on a separate device or on the same device. You can scroll through the music as you're listening. On the first attempt, you can watch the music and you can listen to the recording. If you want a third device, you could also use your phone. I can go into the oboe solos, the barbershop quartets, anything that I'm assigned as a judge. The unique, cool part about an iPhone, and also I believe an Android, is that you have a chat. This time a chat little icon. When you open that chat icon, it opens right up to a conversation. On my phone, the iPhone, I can hit the back browser with that little arrow at the bottom and it takes me back and forth. So once I've opened up a particular, what they call contest, and then an audition, which is again equal to our events, I can always hit that little back arrow. Remember, if you expand, the arrows don't show up. You have to minimize it to get those arrows to show back up to change to the next event. Mark, if you would show them the Android and how to log in on the internet, as well as get to the HeartOut platform.
So I would go to Google and I would type in again the HeartOut.io address, and I've already got it saved here, so I would go on there, and here is the HeartOut home screen again. I would go to login, and then I would put in the username and the password. And I'll go to this other screen because I've already done that, and then I will log in. You can call up as many different tabs as you want, so you can switch back and forth between the HeartOut app and Dropbox if you need to on your phone then.
Would you go back to the HeartOut screen and show them the landscape version?
Here.
Ta-da! And you can see at the bottom right screen his icon for the chat, which goes directly to HeartOut. Thank you, Mark. I'm going to ask the camera now to go back to my main computer. As a review, we've talked several times about the 3 pieces of adjudication: the video, the music, and the scoring system. To make your job easier, to make your life easier, if you're like me, you like everything at hand, you don't want to fool with multiple devices, you can do everything in one computer setting. This is on how to split a screen. When you go to any of the browsers, if you right mouse click, I'm on the PC, it says New Window. If I want to create a separate window, I click and it covers my screen. This is where many people panic. Did I just log out of HeartOut? Where'd my music go? So when you go down to this icon at the bottom of the screen, it shows you what tabs are open. As Mark showed you with his Android, as I can show you with this tablet here in a moment, there's many applications that are open in Windows. Different devices show them different ways. These are more like window tiles and show it in a series. Once I've chosen the application I want, I can use it and be done. I can set it aside. So maybe this is my video viewing that I choose to do as I score on my computer. I'm going to do barbershop quartet because I am a barbershopper. So my barbershop singers, there's the score sheet, there's the video. I can enlarge the video, move it around, but I don't see my pause and play. I would have to increase my volume to hear it. I can choose to put in earbuds, whatever makes you comfortable. But you don't have, with the enlargement, your video controls. In other words, if you're playing it all the way through, that's great. If it started before you were ready, like mine did, I would have to shrink it again to get my video controls to start and stop. So that's an option for you. Dropbox I'm logged into. When you log into it, or if you're looking for your Dropbox, as I mentioned, mine was judge.lastname. You click on that folder, you see the music. Let's say the barbershop music today is going to be a minuet. I've got my video set up, I've got my music set up, but where's my scoring? You can click between these tabs. You don't have to split your screen. You can open a new window and just go between tabs. If I want to judge using a split screen, go up to the tabs, click on it with your arrow or mouse or finger, press on it and hold, drag. When you open this up, it gives me a bigger screen. But where's my score sheet? I can click the tab and do my scoring, or I can drag and drop. And what I mean by that is, again, now that you see it, you can drag it. If I drag it off, some devices automatically minimize. Others do not. So you have to go to this, what I call multiple window area, and it sizes that for you. Do you see how that did that? That square rectangle, it's layered, it says restore. Okay, drag, slide, and position. You can resize. If you don't do the same thing to your other window, look what happens. Let's say I go to type. The music's gone. My recommendation is drag and drop and split the screen twice. Pull this off, pull it to the left. Go down and change the size and minimize it or change the sizing, and go back to finding the other window you want to use, which this case is my Dropbox music, and put them side by side. I see that arrow, which allows me to shrink and expand the music. The reason I like this split screen is it doesn't take away when I'm scoring. Now I can type in. Now I can scroll through. Now I can put my points. And I still have the music that once I click on that particular window and scroll up or down, or move with my finger if I'm on that device, I have the ability to manipulate this without changing. Once this is set up, you're ready. The last hint or reminder is use the back browser, because if you hit X, it closes out. I hope some of the technology things we brought to you help relax you and help prepare you for the day, because what's going to be fun is seeing the students. They're excited to perform for you. They actually get to present their skills and what they're doing in their classroom or at home. And they have an opportunity, as one of the kids said, to feel real again. And that's pretty cool. If you have any questions, let us know. If you have technology questions, please do that prior to the event day. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks for giving us your time and your expertise.